Betty,
What?
your microphone. Betty, right here. Guys. Aw, Betty, Daddy be right back. Yeah, hey, aw. How are you doing? We're, yeah, we broke one of our things, and so I said we tried to sit up a different way, but hopefully it works. Hi, Becky. Yeah, Janet. Hey, I said it's I said trying to get everything redone. And I said after being gone so long, Betty, come back here. Yeah, after being gone so long, trying to get everything set back up, and then I said then something broke, and so that's normal for us actually. Betty, come here. Here's your chewy. Yeah, here's your chewy. Yeah, I said that's normal for us naturally. So. But like I said, we still got a few minutes, so you guys just hang in there with us. Yeah, we had to do the thing, so yes, back safe and sound. It was, like I said, we're both exhausted. We like traveling, but not that way. And of course, this last trip wasn't expected. So, and Buddy, we left Buddy with Judy P. And let me tell you, Judy P is a dog whisperer. She said she didn't have any trouble with him, and her little dog Tulu was, I think, was not thrilled to have another dog in the house, but they seem to get along just great. So we are glad we're back, and glad to let Tulu have her house back. Yeah. Hey, Rich A. We're glad we're back too. I said we didn't expect that last trip. That was kind of a family thing, and so like I said, we just got back from North Dakota, and to turn around and go right back out, and we didn't take the motorhome the second time. We just went by car because we had to be in a hurry. So so I said, yeah, we're still pooped. I said most of the pictures you if Skip put any pictures on here of me, I said I looked like I was half dead because I felt that way. Um, but I'm glad to be home. Yeah, I'm really glad to be home. And Buddy's glad to have us back.
Is it working?
Yeah, as far as I know, everything's working. Everybody's talking.
Is that being steady, or is that wiggling on there?
I did not notice it. But of course, I'm holding him, so.
Damn, I gotta get another one of them things.
Yeah.
Now.
You wanted a different one anyhow, didn't you?
No, I was gonna get another one. That was working fine, but now I gotta get another one.
Oh, okay. Racer Girl says crooked. I don't know what's crooked, but hang on, let him see if he can fix it.
Buddy, we what?
Okay.
Where's this rug?
Back there behind the chair. It's probably wet. That's why it's hanging there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. We got a few more minutes.
What do you mean a few more minutes?
Huh?
What?
I said we. Never mind.
What does that mean?
It's 11:58.
So?
I'm just.
You're live.
Oh, I know. I've been talking to them.
Oh, I thought it was after. Be quiet. I thought it was afternoon.
No. That's what I said. We're on time.
Come here, get up here. Come here.
And Racer Girl says she loves your shirt.
Nope.
Not my favorite, but yeah, it is what it is.
What?
Your shirt.
Oh, they see it?
Yeah.
What does it say? I forget now.
Lick her in the front, poke her in the rear.
Oh, I'm glad you remember that.
Yeah, like I'd forget.
Thanks, Racer Girl. She gets it.
Yeah, but like I said, it's. I don't know. Am I sitting crooked or what?
What?
I looked all scrunched up. I don't know if I'm sitting crooked or what.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard enough time just trying to find you.
It's one thing having, being live on here. Okay. Mark Ryan says, how about a shout out to my dad, John, visiting us from Iowa? Well, hey,
Hey,
Dad.
John. John, it's hot as hell.
Charles Dunbar says, does Skip hang any upside down pineapples also?
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. Don't know, Charles. Oh, and thank you, Becky. Like I said, it's been a grueling month for both of us. So,
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. No wonder I can't find it. I'm such a dumbass anymore.
oh well.
Where's my YouTube app? Can't even find that. YouTube Music, YouTube Studio, YouTube.
Mine keeps going to new updated news.
That's probably what happened. They updated some stuff, and now my stuff is kind of moved.
No. Oh well.
There it is.
There we are. There we live. Say hi, buddy. You say hi. You say hi. No, I don't mean come over here.
Who you talking about?
Well, I just told Buddy. Say hi.
Quit talking to him. When he's being behaved, just leave him alone.
Okay. Okay.
Don't sit down.
How's everybody been since we've been gone? Doing anything interesting? Yeah. And I said it was. Yeah. We've run into some interesting weather. And I said it was. Yeah. We've run into some interesting.
Well, at least it's working.
Becky wants to know if there's any more news on the bankruptcy of Village's Health.
Yeah, they just sent me something, but I haven't read it yet.
Well, that's kind of the form letter that they sent
It's
everybody.
just basically tells you they're going to go bankrupt. The attorneys are not going to allow a bunch of information to come out because they have to litigate all this stuff and come up with a plan. And they've already got a guy in place. I don't know how that's done, but somebody representing the government, I guess. There's some kind of a government lawsuit going on here. And so he is the guy in charge of figuring out what's going to happen now or in the future, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about it because,
And they're selling to Cinderwell, which is part of
Humana. If anything should happen to that village's health system, that's going to be the start of the huge downslide here. Yeah. People will leave.
But as of right now, like I said, they're selling to Cinderwell, which is part of Humana, and things will go on as normal. That's what they're saying. So we'll see. Hey, Jerry. Sit. Come on, sit.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to hear it. I'm going to see the comments. What? It's only noon. It's lunchtime and you're drinking beer? Yeah, I am. I'm frazzled out with all this driving we've been doing, and I'm going to drink a beer. And if you don't like it, then I suggest just move on to another channel.
I don't think it's a bad thing to wait till noon.
I'm just trying to sound grumpy again.
Oh.
Yeah, they like that, so.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, wrestler.
By the way,
good to see you.
The baby mockingbirds came out today. There's a baby mockingbird nest in there, and I was going to tell the one that's got all the, that one there. I was going to tell him not to trim that because there was a nest in there.
Okay, you'll be here.
One of the babies came out and was sitting on the back of that chair. And I thought, well, it ain't going to go far. But it did. It flew away. So.
He'll be here Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Okay.
So he's still in the country?
Huh? Yeah, he's still in the country.
I can't help but laugh. He's legal. But I kid him all the time. I'll come out and they'll look at me and say hi, and I'll point at the ice hat.
Oh, my goodness. Brad says, welcome back. Sorry for your loss. Torrential rains here in New York flooded the subway. Wow. Does that happen very often?
Well, that's the only way they get cleaned out, right?
Huh?
They're filthy. I've seen 100 videos of them. They're falling apart. They're rusted. There's mold or shit growing on the floor. They're just filthy.
Oh, well. Racer girl, wash the bottle.
Wash it. That's right. Wash it with, matter of fact, wash it.
Ed wants to know how the ponds look. So I need to check my yard. The ponds look pretty good right now.
Our ponds?
Yeah, they were pretty far down, but they're looking pretty good.
Well, they want them to they always make sure they're down in hurricane season. But we haven't really had anything. We haven't even had really what I would call a major rain event yet. Yeah, rain equal weeds, many weeds. Yes, that's something I have to do.
when we get done today, I got to do a lot of weeding. I have a wonderful neighbor that takes care of my plants when I'm gone, and
Another reason why you should not have plants.
but I got to do the weeding, and Chano's going to come take care of all the rest, the trees and the bushes and all that stuff. So.
And I don't have cookies today.
Yeah.
And that's what Buddy's looking for.
Yeah, he's looking for the cookies.
But I got these new mixed nuts. I've never had them before. I got them when I was in Indiana. They may not eat them all from here, but these, I can't eat very many peanuts, but I still like to nick with them. These are so good. They're not, they don't skimp it with 80% peanuts and then put a few cashews in there. This is, it's called, I guess the name of the product is Nice for You. And it's called Roasted Deluxe Mixed Nuts with sea salt. I hate low salt, no salt. Keep it. I don't want it. And it has almonds, cashews, pistachios, pecans, and hazelnuts. And that's it. There's nothing else in here.
Yeah, I think that's one of those that come from a filling station, isn't it?
No, we got it up there when we went to CVS on the way back to her
Okay.
house for the second time, I think, or she never has snacks. So I stopped to get my own snacks. And I'm looking to see how much this even costs because I don't even know.
I don't have any idea.
I don't even know. I can't tell you. But I'll tell you, whatever they cost, they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, I've seen those at CVS, yeah. They got several in that brand. Wrestler says, Skip, show us your nuts.
I did show you my nuts.
Yeah.
Come on, get up here. Sit down.
Jerry wants to know how's the Pizza King.
It's always good.
It's always good.
Some are good, better than others, I think. So far, the best one that I like, probably because that's where I went when I was a kid and Pizza Man owned it, is the Pizza King next to the Pendleton Heights High School. Yay, Gators! No, they're not Gators. I just made that up. But it's right next to the high school there. And every time we're up there, if we get a chance, leaving or coming or whatever, we'll slide in there and have a pizza before we go. They are so good.
But we were in Hartford City this time. We weren't in Pendleton. We was in a different town because we were farther north. And same, same pizza, Pizza King pizza, really, really good. It's not what we used to like at Arts, but it's doable. Better than anything we found here so far. Razor Girl says, what's wrong with the Lake Denham pond? Plants are growing in the middle.
What now?
So what's wrong with the Lake Denham pond? There's plants growing in the middle.
Well, it could be a lot of things. It could be that the liner down there maybe kind of floated up a little bit, put a little soil with it.
Yeah.
Could be that it's low. Could be you just have filthy, dirty water. They don't have the right person taking care of it, which is going on right now in like one or two or three or four up there. The ponds are all overgrown now with seaweed. And the guy, remember, this is like the second or third guy they hired or contracted. Well, they got rid of him now. They're looking for another one.
Okay.
Water is a problem. I mean, it just is. If I was going to buy a house next to water and I had to have a house next to water, I would rather go with a regular swamp. They don't leak.
You don't have to worry
They don't
about
have to fix them.
Becky Farber says it poured all day yesterday, and my poor tomato plant got drowned. That's something we didn't get, was a good tomato. They're a little bit behind usually.
I had them up at Flapjacks that one time.
Yeah, we did get them in a restaurant.
So they're still shipping them in. They're not using garden fresh stuff yet.
Yeah, and like I said, the middle of July is usually the best time to get them, and they're a little behind on their plant because of the rain. They've had a lot of rain in certain places, and so they're a week or two behind. So
we didn't even get any sweet corn up there.
I know. They had melons. God, they had melons everywhere. We seen them going down the highway, truckloads of them. But William says, how about the governor making skydiving illegal for blind people because it scared the dog on the way down? William, you got me on that one. Yeah, and Laura's giving a shout out to Mark Ryan's dad from Iowa. Says, I was in my hometown of Dubuque for about 5 hours last week. That's where Laura comes from, Dubuque, Iowa. Mark, did you say where your dad was from? Other than Iowa?
Are you talking to me?
No. Wrestler. Oh, no, that was poor Wrestler. Jerry wanted to know if he's still doing lives. And he said, it's been raining so much, we have to mow the lawn twice a week in between the raindrops. Hey, Karen. She
Hell,
says
Jared,
hi.
just do what they do down here. They mow in the rain. They don't care.
Yeah. Um, Becky Forbes says, I'm hoping when I get down there, I can have a couple of tomato plants. You can. You just, they take a lot more care down here than what they would up north because of the heat. And I said, sometimes it's a ton of rain, sometimes it's no rain and heat. So something you got to take care of almost every day. I had a little plant in a pot on the back porch. It was tomatoes, it was little cherry tomatoes, and they were volunteer. I didn't plant them. I think the birds did. But they come up, they were good. But like I said, you have to stay on them every day. Make sure they've got water. And like I said, if there's too much sun and no rain, then move them to a shady spot for a little while, something like that. But that's one of the bad things here. You can have them. It just takes a lot of work.
The professional gardens out in the country that raises all this stuff, it's not unusual to see 100 acres of whatever they're growing covered with a sunshade.
Yeah.
So that's how intense it is. So put your tomato plants in a shady spot of the house. Try to cover them with something, a sunshade. Stick an umbrella in the ground and just shade them a little bit. It helps out a lot. And make sure they get watered at least twice a day.
Yeah. Racer Girl says, my peppers and tomatoes are doing great. Been 100 degrees for about a week, and my onions are very tasty this year. Oh, so the heat has something to do with the taste of the onions, huh? I did not know that. Um,
I wonder
okay.
if that affects how hot they are. I've had some onions that she buys the same onions every week, and I've had some onions that were just fine. They were great. And then I'll slice the next onion and put it on a burger, and I mean, it's spicy hot, really hot. Same onion, same bag.
Casa del Sol Boutique Bed and Breakfast says, hi, you two are cute. Which month are the best to purchase a home in the villages from? And they're from Malaga, Spain.
Which is what now?
Want to know what's the best month to purchase a house in the villages?
There ain't no good month. The place is so popular that they say you get better deals in the middle of summer. That might be true. And right now, because of political tensions in the United States, I think the prices of them are starting to come down a little bit. Um, Other than that, there's no really good time or better time. Winter time, summertime. Here's the thing to do: if you're serious about buying, buy during the month that you want to come down here. If you're going to be a winter snowbird from Spain and just go home in the summer, then come down here in the winter time, rent a house somewhere for a couple of weeks. During that 2 weeks, look around and buy what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would do.
And I said, in the summertime, if you're renting, the rents are usually a lot lower in the summertime because the heat's so intense. But from Spain, you probably wouldn't notice that.
Well, I figure if she can afford to fly to Spain, she don't care about no saving any money.
Yeah.
She's ready to spend it big time in America. Yay, Rod Trump.
Yeah. Okay. No, Jerry, we did not bring back any tomatoes that were grown in dirt. Like I said, we had some at a restaurant we went to for breakfast, and they had some sliced tomatoes on the menu, and we had some, and they were good, but you could tell they're early, so they're not quite as good as what they would be, when the season's full blown. Okay. Yeah. William says it sounds crazy, but I keep all my onions at Walmart. Me too.
I'm with William. I'm not going to have no garden anymore. It's too much work.
Yeah. Brad Shays, Jerry wants to know, what village are you moving into?
Me?
No, he wants.
Oh.
Brad wants to know from Jerry what village he's moving into.
He's moving into the village of hell. He's moving into the village of let's get Jerry out of this neighborhood at ASAP.
And I think it's Well Point.
He's moving into the village. It's going to pass us a law saying that Jerry can't live there.
Yeah, and yeah, Wrestler Skip is really into those dirty tomatoes, but yeah, I go along and smell the tomatoes when I go anywhere because I can smell the dirt, and I mean it does make a difference. I said around here you get tomatoes that's grown in sand, and sand doesn't have any nutrients in it. They'll grow. There's no problem. They will grow, but they need to have some kind of nutrients in them, and that's why I like the ones in the dirt because you get a lot from the ground. Ed says I would take the heat to be retired. Well, I understand that. It's kind of nice being retired. Karen Jackson says, Kevin and I are watching Porch Settin from the pool at St. Tropez Recreation Center. Well, enjoy, guys. That sounds like the perfect place to watch. I wish I was there, only I couldn't do this, could I? Okay. Oh, Wrestler's explaining the joke to me. He said, blind skydiving tends to scare the guide dogs on the way down. Yeah, and I said, I have to, sometimes William cracks me up, he really does. But sometimes I have to really think.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Right over her head.
It took a while. But, geez. But yeah, it'd be a great place to be is in the pool right now. You can tell the difference, when you get used to, the heat up north was intense. I mean, it was warm up there, but no humidity. And it does make a difference. Now, it's not bad here. We got a nice breeze going through, but it's warm. You can tell. Uh, in Okay. Brad Shea said they live in LaBelle North, been snowbirds. Permanent move in August. Yay! We need to pick your brain, Brad. You know you're so good with all the internet stuff, and we've that wore Wrestler and Jerry out, so it's your turn.
What's our turn to do what?
Pick Brad's brain about some
I
of this
got pick.
stuff.
Oh, I thought we could pick on Brad.
Oh well, you can pick on Brad. But hey Rizzo, how you doing? Yeah, we made it back alive. We didn't kill each other or anything. Um, let's see. We run into some nasty weather just before we got here. The northern part of Florida, the
Go figure.
rainstorm.
During hurricane season. I'm shocked.
Yeah, but I mean, we actually coming back. We hit most of the places we hit was pretty decent weather, and then like I said, then we got to Florida and had this torrential rain, and it happened to be when I was driving, and I don't see well in the rain. Um, okay,
Why have you got his thing up there tied in a knot?
and I don't.
Well, you
I,
do. Right there.
it, like I said,
Did Buddy do that?
No, it doesn't do that.
Then you must have.
Well, I guess I did. Okay.
I know you did.
Okay. Just didn't see it.
So why is it there?
I didn't see it, or I undid it.
It's not there for any reason?
No.
Oh, so that was the proper answer. It's not there for any reason.
I didn't know it was that way
Not
until
to
you mentioned
squinty
it.
eyes,
You happen to
take a
notice
breath,
all the
hold your
obvious
breath,
stuff,
and then
right?
say in a sarcastic way, "It's not my deal to watch him."
That's your line.
Oh,
Sue Sebastian says, welcome back. I missed the porch set. Did you miss us arguing, Sue?
shoot, no, we used to get 150, 175. Look how many people's on here. That's how it works. Disappear for a couple of weeks and they just leave.
Yeah. Yeah, and we missed y'all. We did. We had a lot to do though. So, and we missed Buddy. We did. He was with. I said he was safe and sound with Miss Judy, but and she sent me lots of pictures and and all. But I know he drove her nuts. She says he's very sweet.
Well, she say that,
But
but we know how Buddy can be.
He's very sweet when he's medicated. uh, oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We could all hear. We could read.
Mom, Dad, stop arguing.
Yeah. Okay. Who's on here?
That was Wrestler.
Who?
That was Wrestler.
Oh, I thought it was maybe Skippy got on there.
Oh, Mr. Rizzo said all we have left to move on X Spot is one Harley Davidson and a golf cart. Yeah, they're on a different road now, so got a beautiful house. Really beautiful house. And somebody said something about the house back here that was for sale. Got one back.
It's a 3-bedroom. I've seen it. 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
No golf cart garage.
It's just stucco. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to it, but anyway, I just thought the price seemed a little cheap for this neighborhood. But so I wanted to see it, and then when I seen it, the first thing I noticed, why the price is higher. I believe it came with a swimming pool.
It has a pool.
That's a big deal.
Yes,
that's like $50,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't even know who it was.
Oh, I know where it is back here. It's next to the
Do
last.
I know the person that owns it?
I don't think so. No.
They've all changed so much. I don't know any
No, I
of
don't
them.
know. I don't know all the guys, but yeah, I think it's been there for a while. It's I think it's next to
And it was like $3.89. It was some price. It's lower than it should be. Maybe it's
it
$4.89.
was
Is
$7.89
that what it was? I'm thinking of something
because he
else.
said just under
I'm
800.
thinking of the house that we looked at up in Zionsville.
Oh, that was 580. Yeah,
Yeah, worth $7.
yeah,
But
but it didn't have a pool.
there's an argument to be said when somebody says it's worth $7, and it started down to something like $6, and then they dropped it again to something like $5.
580.
Well, if it's worth $7, why do you keep dropping the price?
Like I said, it's in a trust, and the lawyers want to get rid of it.
It's worth whatever it sells for. That's what it's worth.
Yeah. Denise Lavity says, "It's been hot and humid in Michigan. We've been putting up with Canada's fire smoke. This is the second summer for this." Said, "Love the show."
I mean, Canada ain't got that fire out yet.
No, no, and we didn't have too much trouble with it when we were up there. Other than, and I couldn't really tell whether it was the smell was from the fires or if it was from the beet processing.
Or our grandson-in-law's cooking.
No, his cooker was fine. Like it was, it was one or the other. When they process the sugar beets up there, it's a really nasty smell. But I didn't know if that wasn't from the beets or whether it was from the fires coming from Canada. There was no fog or anything like that I noticed, but just the smell. You Jerry wants to know how was Scooter.
Same as always. He's quiet. I try to liven him up a little bit, but it fails all the time. I even tackled him twice like a football player in our hotel room.
Yeah.
And
Fed him ice cream. We tried to get enough sugar in him that he's lively.
he took him to a Dairy Queen, I think, twice in one day.
Yeah.
So he came to the funeral with my boy because my boy actually helped take care of Sissy while she's in assisted living, but he brought him down there because I think it was his weekend to have the kid. And he just sat in the corner there in the funeral room, and he didn't want to.
Just really didn't know what it was all about.
Yeah, he did. So he's kind of quiet. We go out to dinner and everything. I pick on him at dinner all the time, and I think he just got to the point that he just whatever, and he just moves on.
When we went to dinner at a different place.
Texas Roadhouse.
Well, no,
Where?
we went to Payne's, the place that had the stuff that you did.
Oh, that was Skippy's idea.
Yeah, our son, he's a chef, so he likes different kinds of food, and he wanted to try this place. And we'd been parking at Cracker Barrel right across the street from it for forever, and so we tried a place this time, and it has British food, but it had it had bangers and mash, fish and chips, and I had to ask a lot of the stuff on the menu. I had to ask them what it was because there was a patouche, which was a cucumber salad, really really good. And most of us got fish and chips. The boy got an apple ginger soup, um, and something else. But yeah, they had some different dishes, and the fish and chips was great. The half order was a full plate.
Yeah, when they brought it, I even asked them, "Is that a half order?"
Yeah,
It's huge.
but really really good. I thought the fish had the breading was a little thick on it. But it was really, really good. So that was something different.
Had a good flavor, but I'm like you. It was a textural thing, and it was like, I don't know. There was just something. Something was off.
Yeah. And like I said, that breading was just a little
But
much.
it tasted good. Everything was fine. French fries were some kind of special seasoned fries, which I generally don't care for, but theirs weren't bad.
Yeah. And like I said, we had the salad. I liked the salad. Skip didn't really care for it.
Listen, if they would have just made the salad out of the ingredients that they had in there, because I recognize all of them, because Sue uses all of them. If they'd have just left that in there and whatever this drizzle stuff is, and they stir it up, it'd have been fine if they'd just left this out.
I think they put a vinaigrette on it, but it was good, I thought. Let me see. Becky said Betty would get along great with our youngest Cavalier. Yeah, he got along okay with Tulu because
he just kept trying to hump her.
Well, no, we didn't. Tulu's older.
Twice yesterday when we were there, I was watching him.
Well,
he had his nose in the air. Whenever you see a dog go up to a male dog go up to a female dog and go like that,
Is that right? I've seen you do that a few times.
I was probably drunk.
Oh yeah. Um, but yeah, Tulu's a little Brussels. It's a short-haired Brussels, and cute little baby, really is. About half the size of Buddy, and but she's a little older, so she's a little bit more settled down and quiet, and she doesn't get quite as excited about things as what Buddy does.
No,
So
but I think she was showing Buddy who was the bitch of the house.
yeah,
Because Judy said every time that Buddy, she put that, we call it a chewy, Himalayan cheese, whatever it is. We give it to Buddy. She said that her dog would go over and steal it all the time, and Buddy wouldn't do anything about it. Every time she'd feed her dog over on one side and go to feed Buddy, she'd gobble hers down and go over there, and she would nudge Buddy out of his. Stuff like that. Was, that's just the way dogs are, like children.
um, her young Becky says her youngest loves to play with other dogs. Well, and I think they got along good. They didn't growl at each other or anything like that. And I said, Judy said that they did really good, and they went over and visited Linda and her two little dogs, and said they did just fine. Casa del Sol Boutique said, "What are your favorite activities to do in the villages?"
Drink beer.
Well, it used to be golf, and I did painting classes and some of the exercise classes, and your neighborhoods do a lot of things. Our neighborhood has a social every month just for our neighborhood, and they do different things. They do um, games, and they have comedians, they have speakers, they have uh, was it golf cart poker? Now I forget what they call that. But your neighborhood has a lot of that
We
stuff.
did
So
a scavenger run.
yeah, scavenger hunt. Yeah, and like I said, so you really don't, if you don't really know anybody or have a particular thing that you like to do, like pickleball or anything like that, where
Well, that's a bad one to pick. What neighborhood don't have pickleball?
well, I know, but I mean, if you're not into that, you can still do the same things the neighborhood does because they usually do something that everybody
I'm
can
gonna say
do.
if it's a new neighborhood, everybody knows everybody, and you'll have women's lunch, women's breakfast, women's shopping day, like a bus trip. Like they serve wine and cheese. They go to all the shopping centers around here. They have
Yeah,
them, and they're gone all day.
and the guys golf and do beer day, and they have sometimes they have night golf, which everybody tells me that's
That was fun.
hilarious.
I did do night golf a couple of
Yeah,
times. I enjoyed that. There's no way to actually play night golf wrong. I mean, you if you know, you know.
yeah, and you got all the pools and they have the exercise classes in the pool. They've got water volleyball, um, all that kind of stuff. So it's they've got over 3,000 different groups here, and some of the stuff they do, like the bonsai tree club. I did not know they had that, but it's cool. And the people they have a fencing club. If you like to sword fight, they've got a fencing club. There's a lot of things you don't ever think about until you look at the list of things that are available here, and that really makes a difference usually to people that are coming here. They can do things that they never thought about doing.
Like talk to your neighbor.
Come talk to your neighbor.
Most people in most neighborhoods lived there for 10, 20 years and did not know second house down who that person was.
Yeah,
We were that way. We're working all the time.
yeah. But like we know everybody here, so yeah. And Vicky Jones says, agree. Skip, your house is worth what someone will pay for it.
That's
That's
right.
true.
That's it.
That's true. And there's different cycles. There's up cycles, there's down cycles.
Yeah.
Right now we're in a down cycle,
Yeah.
but still, it's better than what you can get on the outside.
And interest rates. I know there for a long time they weren't selling houses. Here it doesn't affect so much because most people come here and pay cash. I believe that most people come here and pay cash. But I know that in the whole state of Florida, they kept talking about how the housing market was down, and every one of them at one time were blaming the interest rates at the bank, saying people can't afford 10% interest on a house or whatever it was. I don't know what it is now. This came down, I think, but I don't know that it has. I don't play with it anymore. That's what she said. I don't play with it anymore.
Jerry says the house behind you with the pool is still for sale for $790. I got it. Yeah, Brad says all that sugar made Scooter fall asleep. No, he's right here. He's looking for his. Yeah, you want your chewy? Hey, you want your chewy?
You want this? I think he
No,
wants
he
the
wants.
water. His water bowl's over there.
Oh, okay, let me move it. Now watch. He doesn't get tangled up in those plants.
Plus, he's tied around here again.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. The Russian girl says, "Has Skip tried Buddy's gummies yet?" No.
What's that?
She wanted to know if you tried Buddy's gummies yet.
Yeah, I had it this morning. I took a little pinch of it, and not Buddies, the real stuff. My boy gave me a bag. I brought it home. I'm thought for my backache, my back problem, and so I took a little bit this morning. 'Cause I don't know, there's no instructions how much should you take. So I took a little pinch this morning, and I watched a little TV and looking at what video to make for the RV. And anyway, I went 15 minutes later, nothing. So I didn't worry about it. And then about a half hour ago, I went in there and I took a big slug of it this time. And here, I had no back pain.
Well, that's the object, isn't it?
Well,
You was expecting.
yeah, it'd be kind of nice to be able to float once in a while, Where
Yeah.
like my aunt, I go, who are you?
Yeah, you remember the honeymooners? Didn't I said they thought they were getting drunk, and the women had changed the bottles.
Yeah. It's all in the frame of mind.
Yeah. But yeah. Rester said that restaurant's vegan fish and chips are awesome. Well, they didn't have vegan fish and chips, but they did have a lot of vegan food on. And I said, this is one of those younger people, and they had a big array of stuff on that menu, and it would have satisfied somebody that was vegan, and somebody did not. So, but like I liked what I had. I said they could have tweaked a few things, but other than that, it was very good, and the boys they loved it. So. Oh, and Rachel, I want to know what was wrong with that steak you had.
What steak?
Well, you had a steak. I think it was
We
at
went
Porch
to that
Garage.
new restaurant, Porch Garage.
Yeah.
One, it was way undercooked. I ordered it medium, and a chef's supposed to know that. And for everybody to say, "Well, we got a new cook," I don't really care. That's not my problem. And so it was way undercooked. It was very gristly, very fat. It was just not a good piece of meat. I wasn't even going to eat it until they asked me about it. And if you ask me about it, I'm going to tell you. So I did. Anyway, we got it taken care of.
Yeah, he actually took it off the card, so that's good.
I'm leery about menus and how they word things on there. It goes back to where the lady told me that especially that day was a Kansas City strip. And I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me." I said, well, "What's a Kansas City strip?" She said, "Well, that's the same as a New York strip." I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, if that's the case, then I'll take. I got one." They brought it to me. And I said, "Excuse me. I thought this was supposed to be like a New York strip." And she said, "Well, it is." I said, "I've had thousands of New York strips. I've never had one with a bone in it."
It was a ribeye.
No, well, I got when we were on traveling like out in Kansas somewhere. We
yeah.
out back then.
But what you had at Porch Garage was a ribeye.
Well, it's awful. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to say anything about it until they brought it up.
They come around and asked, so.
But anyway, Ford's Garage is a nice place. It's just like the one that Sarasota, Fort Myers.
Fort Myers.
Well, it's just like the one in Fort Myers. I don't know. They're both good. The one in Fort Myers, I think's got that one beat because that Fort Myers got outside seating.
I was going to say they have the atmosphere and the outside seating on the water, and so that kind of thing. But okay. Let's see. Becky said when we get there, you'll have to bring Buddy over to play. Well, we might do that. Every once in a while I take him to the dog park, but not in this heat. So, and he doesn't.
There's a
really
lot of
play.
people around here that don't like dog parks. I really never thought about it. Who was it I was talking to? And I said, "Well, you got a dog park you can take over there." "Oh no, it's always full of fleas. It's always, urine." I don't know. She was talking about it. Just made it sound like a disgusting swamp. So she doesn't take her dog there at all.
Yeah, well, Becky says her hubby's going to need a golf buddy. Well, Skip couldn't do that for her because he can't be out in the sun
I can't be in the sun. I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Right now, even in the shade, I should not be out here at all.
Yeah. Well, Rizzo says we have the LaBelle Fun Club every month at the Rohan Rec Center. Yeah, all the neighborhoods have their own, little get-togethers, and so you really don't have to worry about much that's going on out there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Mom. Yeah, there's Mom.
So if you're going to move down here and you're worried about things to do, if you're open to most things, there's tons of things.
Yeah.
Your neighborhood will probably have more to do than what you'll even want to do just in your neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Buddy,
And let's see. Skip, when are you coming by to check out our new house? We got cold beer.
hey, get over here.
He sees Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she come to see you when we were gone, didn't she? Yeah, she come to see you when you was gone. We'll have to go down and see her after bed. So, yeah, that's just Debbie. Yeah, Mom isn't with her. We have to go see her after bed. Yeah, there's nice little lady that lives down the street here, and she loves Buddy. And while we were gone, we didn't. Of course, we left in a hurry, and we didn't tell many people that we were going. And so, after she didn't see us for a couple of days, she come up. She come up to see what was going on, and I seen her on the Ring doorbell. And so I called her daughter and then told her, we was out of town. She said, well, she was worried because she hadn't seen you for a couple of days. Because I walk Buddy morning and the evening every day. So, but that was sweet of her to come check on us. Um, and did you hear me? Rizzo wants to know when you're coming by to check out their new house. So we got cold beer.
Well, I want to get caught up a little bit more on the news. I'm even further behind now since the first trip.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got a video I need to cut for the RV channel, and I want to get maybe one or two videos for next week. So that's a little bit of work. So
yeah,
I can't say. I don't really know exactly. But, we're coming. Don't get me wrong. We're coming over there. I just haven't been able to. I
yeah.
think you went over there
I
once.
got to see it. Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it.
By the way, will your killer dog let me in?
Oh, Sailor Dude says, hi from Stonecrest. My wife Janet is an underwriter. She says 5.25% for 30 years at her bank. That's what the interest rate
I
is.
think it's too high. Way too high.
Well,
I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial expert. All I know is under today's market, the way things are going, I can see house interest rates being as low as maybe 2.5%.
well, they're trying to stave off inflation, and I understand that. But okay,
2.5% don't add to the inflation. How do you figure that? We're not paying nothing for somebody to finance a home for 2.5%.
okay.
2.5% saves them money, and they can spend more money on other stuff. Well, you
Sailor,
Democrats are getting really wacky.
you don't know
here
what you're
already.
talking about, but that's okay. I'm not going to correct you. Sailor Dude says Laurel and Hardy did that fake booze act first. His wife went after him with a shotgun in the end. Well, I haven't seen that, but like I said, we watched The Honeymooners a lot, and I had seen that, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago where they they put something in the booze and the guys didn't know it and they acted really crazy.
The
And
guys are acting crazy. What you said?
yeah, they put water in the booze bottle and the guys acted like they were drunk and they never
Oh, they
had any
done that trick
booze.
down here too.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't doubt it.
she said Laurel and Hardy did it first. I didn't see that, so
Well, I used to watch
yeah.
Horn Hardy. That's what I said.
Barbara
Horn
Ebner says,
Hardy.
late to lunch, missed you both. Hope a great time. We, yeah, we're here. I said, we were gone for a while, and I said, that was a have to. So I said, I'm glad to be back. And Laura said, telling Kathy B to happy house hunting. Yeah, I said, you can have this house behind us,
Who's house hunting?
Kathy B.
I thought Kathy being the 603 already had one.
Well, evidently not. Maybe she was just renting.
Maybe she's on her third husband and she's looking for a third house.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to get in trouble for it. So
Barbara wanted to know what's the pool temperature at St. Tropez, Karen.
they're changing that. They're going to raise the pool temperatures, I guess, because people have been complaining how hot they are in the summertime. I thought the sun done that anyway.
And Ed wants to know when Portillo's open. We haven't got a date on the opening of Portillo's. We had a date on Costco and a date on the Target, and of course they both changed. I think they're trying to beat each other open, but the Costco, the gas part of it is open now. They have like 20 pumps, but they're already open. And as I reported yesterday on Discord, that they have some tables out front where they're selling memberships right there in front of the store. But the store isn't quite open yet. I think they'll probably have they're supposed to open the 6th, and I think they'll probably have a soft opening before that. If we find out, we'll let you know. Um, Betty Forbes says she don't take her dog to the dog park. Too many things that dogs can pick up, bugs, viruses, etc.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what the early said. Here, just to set things a little bit relaxed, pets here, I don't care what kind of pet it is. I guarantee you, if it's in the villages, it's being spoiled so bad. They probably spend more on that damn dog than they do on themselves. You know, to get dog food, get veterinary work done around here, it's all pricey as hell.
Hey.
So I'm sure these animals are being well taken care of. So I don't say that there's anything dirty in the parks or anything else. But you have to beware because there's nobody that monitors who goes in them dog parks and who don't.
Yeah.
It could be anybody in there from anywhere. You don't know anything about that dog. I haven't heard anything about like pit bulls here causing a problem, not in the villages, right? It's always outside somewhere, usually Wildwood.
Yeah. But now,
And that,
like any dog park, dogs can get
yeah,
upset. Of course, they got them separated, small and the large. But
if they follow the rules.
yeah, but some of them get feisty.
We don't take Buddy to one either. I think Sue took him when he was younger so he would be acquainted to other dogs. We don't want a dog that's going to be aggressive all the time. And so, other than that, though, really, we don't take Buddy.
I mainly took him to PetSmart. They have a big play area, glassed in, and they do daycare and overnight stays and what have you. And there's always somebody in the room with them. There's 2 or 3 people in the room with the dogs, and they can have up to 15 dogs in there, I think. And they've got little ramps that they go up and down and play equipment and stuff like that. Um, but it was a closed environment, so you didn't have to worry. It was inside. It was air conditioned. Um, they had the little spray bottles and cleanup bottles, and anybody made a boo boo, and I kind of liked that. And it wasn't really expensive, so I kind of liked that. And I said you can stand outside the window and watch them all the time. And I said I kind of like that idea. The dog parks are okay, but some of them have very little shade. And I'm in this kind of heat, that's not what you want to be doing. So for
The one that
me
I
or
can
the
think,
dog.
the only one I can really think of, and I don't know all the dog parks at all, I can't remember what that road is, where the fire station's at, and the dog park is like on the hill, I think behind
Yeah.
that fire station. There was a bunch of trees in there. But if you take a chair to sit and watch your dog run, you're going to be sitting on the side of a hill. And that's what
Yeah.
that dog park was.
It
But it was
depends.
shaded.
They got a lot of them. Everybody tells me they like the Richmond Dog Park. I've not been to that one. I've been to the one down at down in Finney, and I can't think of the name of it. But Judy and I took the dogs down there once, and it's kind of nice. They have a little lean-to that's shaded that you can sit in. And
Isn't it
what have
nice?
you. Huh?
Isn't it nice that we worry more about, to make my point clear, we're worrying more about our dogs being in the shade on a hot
Are you
day.
kidding? I was worried about me being in the
But
shade.
that's what I'm saying. They won't put an umbrella over top of these damn adult pools and prevent skin cancer.
I said I sit in the lean-to and put my legs out in the sun.
Yeah. So I spend all the money on
Okay.
dog shade.
Ed says there's a heat warning in Nashville. Yeah, I seen that heat wave was coming through, and there was several of the places up there that you wouldn't expect that was over 100, which kind of shocks you. When we get 100 here, everybody bet you complain,
But
but it's normal.
kinda.
Yeah,
We have air conditioning.
yeah.
Do people in Tennessee hear that? It's called air conditioning. It's in the house. Don't even have to do anything with it.
Well, and Laura says it's hot and humid in Chicago, 92 today. Um, Sailor Dude says RV channel sounds cool. Love your news show. Well, the RV channel is what we use when we travel. Usually, it's Skip and Sue RV thing. Really simple. And I said sometimes it's just what he's working on or getting ready for a trip, stuff like that. It's not always about where we go because we don't do it full time. So we put things in there to kind of fill up space. But yeah,
One of these days, I'm going to put our arguments in there and leave it in there.
an argument.
Yeah. When I say, how come you're going so slow? Why are you following a semi up this hill doing 30 miles an hour when you got 3 lanes over here and you can go around him? Yeah, those arguments.
Yeah, we should not be in the same car together. Yeah. Let's see. Barbara said, Laura, it's been awful here. Summer has been wet, humid, and hot. Yes. Casa del Sol Boutique says, we are making a trip from Malaga, Spain, October 30th to November 14th, staying in Brownwood. Is there an event going on for Halloween? Oh, yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly what day it is right now, but they do a lot of stuff for Halloween uh, here. And that's Brownwood, that's where we're at. We're in the Brownwood area. And it's great. And from October and November is a beautiful time to come. The heat settles down, the rain slacks off. In October, it rains up until usually the end of September. But October is a beautiful month. November, it that's when you start getting the cool nights, but warm during the day. Uh, but yeah, they have a lot of Halloween stuff that goes on around here, and we even have trick or treaters, but they do it uptown. They have usually what they do is they bring the classic cars in, antique cars, and they have a trunk or treat. They put all the treats in the trunk of the car, and all the towns around us, they bring all the kids and let them do their trick or treating there. It's safe, for the kids, and I think that's one of the reasons it's a big thing. But they have some great entertainment. Um, I can't remember the name of them, but there's a couple of groups that that do the Thriller, and I think that's the name of one of them is Thriller. Um, but yeah, they do great things here for the holidays. They really do. Um, let's see, Kathy B. Laura Lampy, hope you are enjoying retirement. It's not hot here in New Hampshire as well. Not high of 94 here today. That's what says. Some of these places are unusually warm, and like I said that here you wouldn't think that much of it, but I know North Dakota was warm. It was nice because it was cool evenings and warm during the day, um, but they also had a lot of rain. So um, let's see. Kathy B says she was renting and now she's ready to own. I think she's told you that about 20 times now.
What's that?
That she was renting and now she's ready to own. Kathy B in the 603.
She's winning.
Renting.
Yeah, but I thought she already bought a place. What I'm saying.
Evidently not.
I got an email from her, I think, or a message or something saying her and her sister was coming down to look for a place to buy. Well, I just assumed
they were renting. They haven't bought yet, but they're
well, they
still
don't
looking.
Never write to me regular. I need to know what's going on in their lives. They got to call. They should write me at least once a week.
God. 94. That's hot. Yeah, that's it's normal for us, but in some of these places up north, it's not. Jody Ballantine says Portillo's is just an inflated price for hot dogs. It is, but it's like going to some of the big steak places. Are you getting the same steak? And how much do you want to pay for it? We've seen the difference in some of the places, and steak is kind of neither one of us are doing steak much anymore. But
no, but it's getting out of whack when you look at a menu on a normal type restaurant, like say Texas Roadhouse, for example. But it wasn't them. And you sit down there and you think, I think I'm going to get me that 16 ounce. I feel extra hungry today. Maybe we were traveling. It was a hard day, and I'm eating this steak whether I should or not. You open the menu up to find a 16-ounce porterhouse or a 16-ounce New York strip. It didn't make any difference. They're all the same price, and they're like $45. And I'm not like at a Kmart of steaks, and it's 45. You're kidding me. And if you want a salad, that's an extra dollar.
Yeah, and they're doing that kind of silly stuff
it's
too.
Crazy nuts.
But like I like Portillo's. I went to one in Indiana with my son, and I just like the way the place is laid out. I like the way they do things.
Would you go?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
They're in Noblesville, that shopping center along the interstate. I can't remember what they call it now, but it's not there anymore. But it used to be in that shopping center there.
So that was just a bunch of more worthless information we threw out there.
Okay.
But the greatest place to eat is in a place where there ain't no place no more.
You have to explain that.
That's what you said.
Well, no, they're building one here.
You've been in that marijuana crap, not me. Listen to you. Listen to you.
They're building one here.
A marijuana place?
No, the Portillo's. The hot dog place.
I was still stuck on the marijuana thing.
Yeah, well,
but what's a Portillo's?
It's a hot dog place.
Oh, yeah, that's that new hot dog place is supposed to be. It's not in the villages, though.
Well,
Is
they're
there?
putting one in Middleton.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, that's for
And
all them
they were
young.
supposed to put one on 441, but I don't know
Yeah,
if they're still putting
that'd
that
be
one
a
in
good,
or not.
decent place for them because that's where they have the baseball fields for the kids and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But this is kind of upscale hot dogs, and you get all the trimmings with it that you
Kids
don't.
don't care if it's an upscale hot dog. Parents, stop this stupidness. Buying your kid a Mercedes toy car because I always want him to know the Mercedes is better than a Chevy. Stop this crap.
Okay. Yeah, and Gracious says Costco has a sign on the building that says open August 12th. When I see we got the word that it was August 6th, and I
What,
think
the Cisco?
Costco.
Costco? Cisco.
Yeah, I
I
think I
was in
got a
it
card
too.
in
I had a little piece of it. I'll admit. Kisco.
Costco.
I said that.
You had a little piece of it.
Wait,
You
I
better
had
stay out of the
a piece, a piece of what?
stay out of the gummies.
God.
Okay. Uh, let's see. And Key says she can't wait for Portillo's, and I understand it is just hot dogs, but it's like everything else. It is just burgers, or it is just steak. And it's not something I would go to probably every day, but you never know. Um, but yeah, she says the sign says August 12th. I've got a card in here from them that says August 6th, and I said, and I think they'll do a soft opening because they've already got the station open. So, um,
Oh God.
and she said that
Here comes trouble.
comes trouble. Oh, slash.
Here comes Slash.
Oh yeah.
Every time he shows up, my computer starts acting up.
I don't know if they're offering the discounted memberships at the Costco, but I just know that
Buddy,
they are offering memberships there. You can
buddy.
probably go online and find out. And I thought maybe online. I don't think you have to go out there and get a card. I think you can get a card online. Um, but haven't tried it yet. Like I said there was a card in our mail this morning and all about it, so I'll have to check up on that. And
Oh my goodness. He gobbled it down.
did he?
He gobbles
What is
everything.
it?
Well, what makes you think he wouldn't eat a dog biscuit?
Oh, there's some things that he won't touch.
That's not true. A dog it has to smell good. So if you're handing dog food to a dog and he smells it, walks away, it smells bad. Get something else.
I've had all kinds of treats that the neighbors just give me, and he wouldn't touch them.
Because they're.
Like this.
I'll just control my language right now.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. Say thank you.
I
Yes.
mean,
New for you.
yeah, I mean, what makes you
Like
think
that one too?
if it smells
so
like
much
shit,
that
it's
one.
probably gonna taste like
No,
shit, and he
you
don't
don't
want to
like
eat
that one.
shit.
You don't like that one. I'll take those back.
Well, and I said, Judy gave me some that her dog wouldn't eat, and Julie and Randy gave me some that her
You
dog.
gave me
Their
a
dog.
whole bunch.
Yeah.
And my dogs ate all but that one, the little tiny ones. They didn't like those. But
Yeah.
they liked the rest, but he didn't like these.
Well, he didn't seem to like the the ones that are like cookies and things. He didn't seem to like those. Thank
Those
you.
are Bill Jack, and he likes them.
Oh, okay.
He likes them.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
likes them.
And I've seen
Is
that.
there any
I've seen
drugs
that
in
name.
them?
Yes.
Good.
You can have some too.
I seen that name, Bill Jack.
No, I mean like
That's
what we got on the trip to calm him down.
No, there's no CBD or anything.
Oh,
No.
Just a little cocaine.
okay. Thought I might be able.
Just a
Thought I might be able to smoke it.
Yeah, Paul.
Maybe inject
Sean
it.
Paul's here with us today. He brought Betty some treats. Yeah.
How
Okay.
old is he now?
He's a year and a half. He'll be a year old or 2 years old at the end of November.
So fast.
Yeah.
He does not like these pill pockets. These are the pill pockets.
When I started to get some, and I
And
thought,
watch this. Is he gonna eat it? Well,
Yes,
he
yeah.
did eat it. He likes those better. Those
Yeah.
here. I'll leave those in the bag.
well, I said I had a hard time giving him something, so a
But
pill.
these things right here, I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna
Betty.
give him any more because I don't want him to get upset stomach. You never know.
Yeah.
And I just gave him 3.
Okay.
3 of the Bill Jack and a half of one of those pill pocket ones.
What's nice to know? Are they beef, cheese?
They just have one flavor. I think.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
the Bill Jack patch. I'll
Is it-
send you a picture.
Is there a lot of sugar in it?
Yes.
Too
and
much? Is
cocaine
there a lot of
to go with the
salt?
cocaine.
You
Yes,
can't
to go
have
with the
any.
cocaine. It goes with the cocaine well.
So he likes these.
Does he?
These are the Himalayan chews. I bet your dogs would like these too, because your dogs are bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah. And
Well, his dog would
They're
gobble it
aging,
up in
though.
like
They're
one.
aging.
Are they?
In just an hour or two.
Yeah,
These-
they'd probably gobble them right down.
They're 10
But
years
they're-
old now. So
Oh my.
They're aging. We're coming up on 10 for both of them.
Well, Betty got to stay with Judy all week, and so
She's fun.
and I said Linda called her the dog whisperer.
He's the dog whisperer.
Yeah, she did real good with Betty. Yeah, and she has her own little dog, so we wasn't really sure how that was going to work out, but seemed to be okay.
I
Yeah.
can tell he's starting to relax into things a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
a little bit.
Except
About another
driving.
year.
Except driving in a car.
He hates the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we left him
It's
here.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Those
we
dogs
took him in the
love it.
motorhome, but I kept him medicated.
What about the golf cart?
He's only been in the golf cart a
We
couple
only did it
times.
once around the block. She was holding him. I kept asking her, is he shaking? Is he doing anything? I couldn't tell. She said no. So there you go.
Yeah.
But she would lie to protect Buddy anyway.
No, I mean it's like when
Of
he when I
course.
when I put
I
him
would
in
lie
the
to protect Buddy.
I put him in the dog seat in the car,
Uh,
and I have to roll when the window's down. He seemed to be a little bit better, and I think the same way in the golf cart. That air, it's open. I think that made a
what's
difference.
so funny is one of ours he's good with the golf cart. He likes us. But the other one is obsessed with the golf cart. So if I pull the golf cart out to mow the lawn, they'll both be sitting on the golf cart
Oh, wow.
in the shade watching.
Yeah, most dogs love it. Yeah,
Instead of porch sitting, golf cart sitting with dogs.
yeah.
We had a Boston Terrier once that we took her on our motorcycle once somewhere. I forget where. And then ever since then, so Sue would carry her in her lap on the back of the bike. And then we'd go out to the garage after a while. If we left the garage door open, she would run out here and jump on that motorcycle and sit there
So you know it's time to ride.
all the time on the
What
ride.
is that?
What?
What is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, what is that?
Ohio State.
What is that?
They sent it to me.
That's terrible.
No. They sponsored my video. They're not terrible
That's
at
terrible.
all.
You're Indiana.
Ah.
You need to stick with your roots, man.
That's where you think the Cincinnati Red Steves comes from.
You need to,
Indianapolis Indians is the farm team for the Reds. So they were contracted in Indianapolis before we decided to help the Reds out by letting them have our favorite. All of them, Johnny Bench, they all came from the farm team, and they all went right to the Reds. And look what we done. We made it. We made him a world champion because we treat him right in Indiana. We take care of him. We train him right.
Trader is what I call you.
Oh, yeah.
Trader. You guys have a fun one. I got
Okay, so thank you,
Where you
Sean
going?
Paul.
I'm on my lunch, man.
You just gotta go back to work.
Oh, you got to go back down there and take care of the ladies.
Back down to the big city.
Take care of the ladies.
Gotta go back to, huh?
Take care of the ladies.
Take care of the ladies, yeah. A lot of men walk in, right?
Cool.
Hey, one of these weeks when things kind of calm down a little bit here, we're going to do I think a Patreon thing over at Hooters.
I'll tell you what. I'm so glad they opened because there's no more line at Paisano's.
Really?
Anymore.
Serious?
That parking lot. I mean, they're parking in the Publix parking lot, but you can walk right into Kumo now, and you can walk into Paisano.
Cool.
No line at all.
Well, that's why we was gonna wait until Costco opened.
There you go.
We figured they'd all be at Costco.
There you go. Have a fun one.
All right, man.
Oh,
See
you
ya.
too. Don't work too hard.
I hope you have to work your ass off. Pay them taxes. Old
Becky
George
says I
needs the
get
Social
little treats
Security
for
money.
Chewy fruitables. My dogs go crazy for them. I'm not. I get a few things from Chewy, but not a whole lot. And I've never tried the fruitables. I don't. Like I said, Buddy's kind of picky, and so I never know if he's going to like it or not. But I've had a lot of people give us stuff, and she said Bill Jack stuff is great. That's what he brought. He brought the Bill Jack stuff, and I'd seen the bags at Testmart, but I'd never bought any of them before. He likes the little training treats that smell like bacon. He really likes those. And Becky says my dogs love the car. They think it's nap time. Yeah, and Laura says her dogs like the softer pepperoni sticks. I've got the pepperoni sticks, and I don't give him too many of them because it'll give him the poops. And I said
Are you talking about
need
me?
that. No.
Oh.
Laura says she likes the soft pepperoni sticks. That's what her dog eats. And I said we have some at.
I don't think he'd eat them.
He does eat them.
Look at that.
Oh, he had to go.
That's what that pacing back and forth was.
Yeah, he had to go.
He never pees out here.
I know.
We're watching our dog pee.
You got him pinned in. Yeah, the pepperoni sticks like I said, he does like them, but I want to give him a little bit at a time because it does give him the poops. And Laura says Patches loves pepperoni. Yeah.
I don't know what you would actually call Arts Pizza, other than it's just a large combination. That's what it's called.
Yeah, or the Royal Feast at Pizza King, right? They call it a Royal Feast.
That's what I'm talking about.
You said Arts.
What did I say?
Arts.
When did I say that?
Just a few minutes
See, it's
ago.
just a habit.
Okay.
My whole life is disappearing one bite at a time of a pizza.
Yeah.
We can't even find anything like an Arts.
And Barbara wanted to know if we